4%. And if it has no tracked sales, no tracked page reads, we cut it off. We turn it off. Just because we basically want to create a unicorn ad.
Everybody wants Regina's unicorn ad. So under 0.4%, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Those are Amazon or Facebook? Because how do you track page reads or sales on Facebook?
Amazon. I only work with Amazon.
Okay.
Interesting.
And I'm trying it on my own. I mean, I can't make my clicks bid. I can't bid like they do, but
how high are they bidding to get that?
The average is between 80 and 90 cents a click.
Oh, so they are going quite high. Okay.
And it's all fixed bid.
Oh, so they get impressions then with that, I guess, obviously.
Yeah, lots of them. Yeah.
And they're doing it for authors?
Yes, yep. The minimum to work with the company that I work for is you have to be making at least 10,000 a month. That's the absolute minimum. But I'm trying it on my own with like 36-cent bids, and it's still working. It's just much, much slower, you know.
Are these manual keywords then, or is it automatic?
We do everything. Automatic, category, ASIN ads, all of it.
So whatever it is, it's 0.4. If it's anything below 0.4, you turn it.
It's got to be below a 0.4 click-through rate with no page reads, no tracked sales. And you got to wait till you have quite a few, because Amazon ad dashboard doesn't always.
Yeah, it takes a while too to catch up anyways. Right?
Yeah.
Something I've been hearing about with Amazon ads, Brian Cohen's doing his 5-day free ad challenge at the moment. So he's got lots of students going through that. But he's now, I haven't done it, but I've been watching silently from the sidelines, some of the comments, and he's now talking about the metadata in Amazon. So when you upload things like your title and subtitle and those kind of things, and he's now promoting that people maximize the subtitle box. So when you upload the details about your book, to use appropriate keywords to help make your book more relevant when you're running Amazon ads to it. I didn't know if anyone had any thoughts on using the subtitle box and if it has any effect or not. I've looked at the Amazon's terms and conditions, and they say once you've published, you shouldn't mess with the subtitle box. But I see that people do make changes and get away with it. But I just wonder, what do you do with the subtitle box when you're uploading the info?
I have a few of them with that. I haven't noticed a huge change, but I did look at a friend yesterday who did a newsletter swap with me, and her sales, according to Katie Spy, are about 3 times mine. And I noticed that she had added those to every single book. Like it says, you know, a over 40, you know, sweet romance with whatever.
Yeah, the cowboys or whatever. Yeah.
Every single book. And she's, like I said, higher rank than me. And according to Katie Spy, which I know is fallible, she's making a lot more than I am. And she has less books. So
it worked for me with the psychological thriller that I did. So I didn't do it with the cozies though, but I did it on the psychological thriller side. I know, like the Third Nanny, that I did it with that one, and it doesn't seem to work. I did like a twisted psychological thriller with a jaw-jumping twist or something like that. You know, and I mean, and that's the thing. And so I know Mal was making fun of this at one of the 20 books and saying, "Oh, don't use that hypey language." And I can assure you, we all can laugh at the hypey language, and it works. Just what I told her afterwards. I said, I've been doing this a long enough time, and and over the top stuff for certain genres absolutely works, and it works in the psych thriller, and the readers will laugh about it too, but then they buy them anyways. They buy those books more than other ones, so go figure.
I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but there's a publisher called Book Couture,
Yeah,
and they do it with every single title.
and they're very high in the psych thriller category. That's like that's their big. I know it works. So so some of the stuff, what you think logically and what works emotionally, and buying is all emotional. So you just got to remember that you're dealing on the emotional level. So what logically works or doesn't work really has nothing to do with anything, because all your buying decisions are unconscious and emotional.
So if you were going to use that for cozy mysteries, you put in like a clean
Trying to figure that
cozy
out.
mystery
Yeah.
with a twist, or a hometown clean cozy mystery, or
Small town. I don't know if I do hometown. You could do small town. So I think you got to get the tropes in there.
Yeah.
That would be like a cat, cat cozy, or small town
I think I have a ghost cozy mystery series or something on my Everly ones. I'll have to look.
I might, now that I'm thinking, I haven't added it, but I could try add it. It's worked with the other one. I mean, why didn't I do it with that one? I don't know.
I have a paranormal cozy on all of my Witch in the Woods and Carrie Hilder. I never thought to do it on my other ones.
In your subtitle box, you put that in, do you?
Subtitle, yeah, right? I think that's where
Do you have title, subtitle, series name? And I've never really touched the subtitle box, because people always say, oh, if it's not on your cover, you shouldn't have it in your subtitle box. That's the hard rule. But apparently Amazon, so long as you're not keyword stuffing, Amazon are like, that's fine.
I've never had it stopped. I mean, I had it once with the band.
I know they bitched about it.
Yeah, and I took it off and then I put it back on, and it just, it's in their terms of service, so they can shut you down, but I've never really heard of anybody getting shut down. It just doesn't seem to be something they focus on.
Did you say you took it off and then you put it back on?
Yeah, I ended up putting it back on.
Did you notice a difference?
So that's so I'm making sure that I put it back on. Maybe I didn't put it back on. It's on the rest of my series. No, I didn't put it back on. I took it off and it kind of scared me. But that's the thing. I think it does help to have it on, because it's, like I said, it's on some of my other ones. And so, that it's on all the rest of the series, because they never flagged it on the rest of the series. But yeah, it does seem to, I should probably test it with the cozies. Why not?
I did a course with, I think it was Erin Wynn. She's a big fan of wide sails, which is something I'm thinking about testing the water with a series. And she said that she goes in, she does it on all of her books, but she uses slightly different keywords to maximize the trope effectiveness. She does all cowboys, I think, or some kind of, I know this is steamy romance, but she uses slightly different tropes in all of her subtitles to hit the readers. So like the cowboys, firefighters, all the hot romance guys that I can't think of. And she says it's really effective. And she said, just be sensible when making the changes, because otherwise Amazon will start poking around. But if you're using sensible subtitle keywords, it's a win-win for both of you, because they'll sell more of your books, so make more money, and you'll get more money as a result. So I just wondered if anyone had done it, if it's a bit risky to prod at Amazon, but it sounds like it could be something worth testing.
Yeah, I think maybe now that you're talking about this, maybe I'll go back, because when they flag, they didn't really flag the subtitle. That was the thing. They flagged something else, but then I thought I just, at that point I was like, oh, maybe I should just clean everything up. But it was a few years ago, so maybe I should put it back and just see, and then we could test it to see what happens. But yeah, like I said, I've never really heard of anybody really getting dinged for it.
I can test that subtitle specific thing, because my first 4 books, one of them was a second chance romance, one of them's, there's a couple of tropes I could actually add into the title, so I'll have to test it. I'm curious now.
Yeah, I'm really curious about the effectiveness, especially with things affecting the bottom line, with changes at Amazon and ads being weird. If something as simple as that adding some words to your subtitle, which takes, like, you need to obviously think about decent keywords, but you get a nice tropey subtitle added in that boosts you up the ranks for free. It takes like half an hour at the most to think them up and put them in. Seems like easy thing to test.
Yeah, I also I'm looking at that because I got dinged on, I've got Kindle Unlimited in my keywords, and that book went through, but one of my books didn't go through. And I didn't even realize that I was doing something wrong. I think I have Kindle Unlimited on a bunch of them.
They get
But
pissy
one of them
about that
got
one.
flagged and I took it out because you're not supposed to have any, you can have the word Kindle, that's okay, but Kindle Unlimited is the name of a program. So that's why you can't have names, you can't have author names in your keywords, you can't have names of books, names of series, or names, that's how they're doing. So I guess if I go and I change that subhead, I'm gonna have to take out the Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
Think about it. But maybe I should do that anyways, because you never know with Amazon and shutting people down.
I need to dash, everybody, so.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye. Yeah, you too. Have a great week. And
So I am somebody who learns really good with an example. Do you
Here,
Yeah.
let me show you mine with I can show you this book is a little bit, even though I stopped advertising it, but this book is kind of oh, that's weird. It definitely oh, actually I can't show because now my Firefox went nuts, but here we go. Let's see. Because I had it set up actually better with my old book. And then I replaced the covers, and I'm just thinking about that now. I should actually have done that a little differently. But
Karen's looking like Max Headroom on my computer right now. I'm just dying over here.
I know.
It's
Carolyn, if you
hilarious.
wanna screen share.
There, it stopped. I was having flashbacks to Max Headroom though. That's just showing how old I am. That's hilarious.
It's because I'm looking at something else. I'm looking at Kindle at the same time, and my computer is like, no, you can't do
Oh,
two
you
things
got
at
the whole
once.
twitchy thing and the arm going, and it was hilarious.
So it's right here. So this is, because this is super tropey for psych thrillers, super
Oh,
tropey.
okay. That
So
looks like a great cover. I freaking love it.
yeah, so that's that cover. And then I've got this cover too. So this is the cover that's my original cover. So very
Ooh.
Lifetime movie.
I like them both.
So this is from Podium. So I thought I'd test it out. So I'm testing, but yeah, this is like, I mean, talk about, it's not really, I put that on the cover for that one. I realized I forgot to do that, but yeah, this is super, that's like everything that psych thrillers look at. So this was an easy one to do. And if you go look at Bookouture books, they're all like that, with this long, hypey, which your mind is like, this is stupid. But look at this. This is like this. Here it is, 3.9, 1,500. And I stopped advertising it 6 months ago. This thing has got organic traffic, even though none of this should work because it's got this stupid tropey thing. And I'm below 4.0 because half the readers love it and half the readers hate it, and the ones that hate it really hate it. So it's been an exercise
though,
letting
that
go of my ego.
The readers of that are very different than cozy readers. We had that talk.
Yeah, I know, they
Pretty
really
hardcore.
And boy, if they don't like something, so that's the thing. I think the readers are used to it because they're used to like half the people loving it, half people hating it. So they just make their own. If they like it, if they're intrigued, they'll make their own decision.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to go through and change my subtitles now. You guys have intrigued me. Maybe I'll experiment with one series.
It's probably
I wanna
best
try
to
it
do it
too.
one at a time and not do them all.
I think I'll do it with one that doesn't sell.
Yeah, slowly ease it away because you don't want to get Amazon going, what are you doing? So, this is interesting. They look like they take, never mind. But yeah, so I think the slower the better for some of the stuff, like do it every few days. Put something in.
Dribble it in. Huh. That's a good question though. On that, Karen, I hadn't thought of that.
Thank you for showing me, Michelle.
Oh, sure. I'm happy to.
Michelle, did you want to talk about your quarters at all?
My what?
Your Q1, Q2? Anything
Q1
new
was
with Q1?
okay. So, I mean, it was, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, the income is definitely on the right trajectory. It's not where I want it to be. So then I just get frustrated, but it's on the right trajectory. April's going to be fine. So all of that, it's all going to be fine. It's just, like I said, there's like, I guess it was like 4 days in April where things just like took this sharp dive that seemed really out of left field. But then they, like I said, they've kind of rewrited the ship, and it's better. And and then the audio stuff is going well, so that's and getting that going, because I like the idea of multiple streams of income, which is why I like the idea of going wide with my ebooks. But again, KDP, and I think having people being able to read for free in KDP does give a lower barrier to entry, because they're willing to give you a try. So I don't know. I go back and forth on that, especially when the page read percentage drops to 0.4 or
Yeah.
0.004, and then that's another reason to think, geez, maybe I should.
I was
I
just
should
looking.
I should just take the plunge and try wide. But and then I'm working on, I'm trying to get ahead of the game for my book 7 in my psych thriller series, which is a bit of a slog, CC. So even though I love it, and I'm having slogging issues too. So I get it.
Well, I'm here if you ever need to bounce ideas off of, I'm here.
Well, that's sweet. Thank
And
you.
and so's Regina, and she's got gummy hot dogs. So I mean, we've got some creativity.
You can have all those.
Gummy hot dogs would definitely make anybody more creative, I think.
Yeah, something.
If you don't write, I'm going to make you eat them. That would make me creative.
Oh, crap. All right, I'm writing.
Yeah,
Toast.
not touching those.
The
It's funny because
sprint
I
group,
watched my husband eat it though.
Ah,
Ugh, that's a little grope.
It's like, have fun with that.
I will say that sprint group is very helpful. And I don't know if I'm going in and out of it right, the sprint Zoom group. But it is nice just to know that you're writing with other people, and I really appreciate it.
I totally agree. I love this. The sprint group's been hugely helpful. So I started that in March, and that's hugely helpful.
it's been fun to get to know people better on that too. I've enjoyed that. And I can pop on at night and somebody's working, even if I'm doing admin or whatever. So yeah, so far it seems to be going along okay. It hasn't combusted yet.
I keep losing the link on it. It takes me forever to find the Zoom link. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I think I'm just going to have to, when I do the announcement, hey, it's open in the morning, put that link in and get it again and just.
I know. I have to look for it too. CC, I have the same problem.
It's
You
featured
can
or
you can
pinned,
kind of
but-
find it in featured, but you got to still scroll down in featured. It doesn't show up at the top. But I think, yeah, if you just
It
do.
shows up at the top every time for mine.
It
I just
doesn't
go
for
in-
me. I go to features and I got to scroll down before I can find it. So
I'll start putting it in the
I don't know.
group thing.
Facebook doesn't like me. That's really what it is.
That
Me
must be
too.
it.
Me too. Because that's how it's going for me too. I'm like, okay, everybody's doing this. Why do I feel like,
I know I've got the same issue. So Facebook just hates me. So I just,
Can I do a little brag?
of course.
Yes.
So I did not bring up quarters to go, look at me, blah, 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 because it's totally not going to happen. But I'm happy and I'm feeling like an
Yay.
author again, which sounds really lame, but I have all of Ravenwood has been, the covers still suck, but they suck less. So things are lined up better and I mean, they still suck, but everything's been through Pro Writing Aid. I'm doing the red pen stuff. All the formatting is done correctly now. The back matter is all corrected. The link for the next book and the chapter for the next book, first one, are all in. So I actually feel like I'm starting to get that solid foundation I should have had for the past several years and I haven't had. So I'm feeling really good about that. I've decided not to worry so much about expanding books that are too short and just get them so that they are correct to be sellable. I can go ahead and expand as I have more time, but I was looking at this monstrous project, and I move at kind of a slow pace, and also I'm trying to produce at the same time, and my new thing is to be 6 weeks on that instead of 4 weeks. I was like, I want to be Jenna when I grow up. Totally not working. And then the other things I've been addressing on backlist have been quality and quantity, which is about making sure the new books are to the quality they need to be, with which they needed another freaking pass. They absolutely did, because they just sucked. I'm not happy. But now that I'm doing that, I'm seeing a lot of positive things from that. So I'm starting.
awesome.
They're not perfect. They're better. And the bottom line is they're never going to be perfect. So, but changing my procedure. So now I have, it's 6 weeks, 4 weeks to write the first draft, outlining and using AI for some idea generation. And a lot of it is getting discarded, and it's coming up with good stuff sometimes too, that takes me in directions I didn't expect. That's been really positive. And adding that extra 2 weeks to do a red pen on it and to do a last pass and get more eyes on it, where I've been really cutting things way too close to the bone. I think it's going to be a really good move for my business.
I'm so proud of you. That is huge. Really.
All it is me doing stuff I should have done years ago, CC. So I appreciate you're proud, and I feel good saying it, but I'm almost embarrassed to say what I found in those books. Holy crap.
Because you don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just, I mean, the thing is to always grow. And if, I mean, I have got to go back to my very first book, because I know for a fact I was doing, my verb tenses are totally off sometimes. And now I taught English, and it never dawned on me sometimes I was doing that. And now I'm like, oh my goodness, I've got to go back into book one and fix my verb tenses someday, but if you're not growing, then you're not learning. And so it's not that it should be embarrassing. It's just because, you finally realize, sometimes it takes, a while for it to pop in. And, like I said, I taught it and didn't know I was writing it like that. Never even dawned on me. And when I would have people say your verb tenses are wrong, I'm like, what? And then I was like, it was like being hit over the head with a hammer. And I was like, oh, I can't believe I've been doing that. Yeah. So we all,
that's very gracious.
That's just part of learning.
Yeah.
It's
It is.
totally
But
true.
If I'm going to have the strong foundation for this, I have a bunch of things I prioritize, and I sideline said, okay, I need to have the strong foundation of the products being decent before I can move forward to be able to sell them well and retain the readers. And I've had readers the whole time since the Ravenwood started. It was up in 17, I think. Yeah, no, it started 16, end of 16. Anyway, but I look back and it's like, oh, I could have retained them so much better. I could have, if I'd loved on them more, and if I had the books be better. I can tell in my books the moment when I went into grief and depression. And, and there are some things that I changed, things that stayed through, should have been that way. But anyway, bottom line is feeling positive. New books are coming out. I feel like I have the system set up and I'm using them now. So. And that's all I'm going to say about that. There's my Forrest Gump impression. All righty. Anything else we're having questions on? You guys using any new software, new programs? I know Michelle's doing some stuff with audio, you're doing like Book Siren and all sorts of things.
Oh no, that was reviews. So I tried.
That was reviews. Sorry.
Yeah, so I tried the review piece of it. So yeah, for this new one, and it went well. So so far, because I don't really have any art team, so I because I'm too lazy or something to do it myself. So it's easier to have. It's easier just to put it on there and let them go look for art readers. And now at this point, since I've done it for a few books now, you know, they come back, the same people come back, so that's good. And I don't have to deal with them.
All right. Anything else on people's minds? Okay. Well, I imagine a few of us are going to go write stuff today. Or edit stuff today. I know. I'm going to go and check my page reads. I have my little list. I need to get my newsletter out today because I have a freebie. First Ravenwood's free again today.
I
And
have a
I'm gonna-
freebie today and one of those free booksy series things this weekend and a new book coming out tomorrow. And I probably
Wow.
should do a newsletter.
what's your free book today, Regina?
Ghost Mortem.
Ghost Mortem. I
Yeah, the
love-
first book in the
name of
Everly
that.
series, and then the latest book is coming out tomorrow.
Is
Okay.
that the books that are in KU, or is that a different series?
That series is in KU.
Okay.
Yep.
You want?
And
I
I-
can put Ghost Mortem in my newsletter today if you want.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, it's free today and tomorrow. We did
Okay.
just 2 days on it and did the series promo
Series.
at Free Booksy.
I did that too
And then-
for Ravenwood today.
Oh, cool. And then we've got Christmas Wraith coming out tomorrow. And I made an infographic that people
Christmas
thought was
Wraith.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cute. I saw that
Yeah.
too.
I didn't
It's
see
It
like-
was
that.
cute.
Oh, it's one of those, it's got the book and it's got the little arrows and it's like, yeah, I know it's April. Y'all didn't want to wait. Hope you enjoy it. So here you go. Hope you enjoy it. Pretend there's snow or some shit.
You know that
That's a Christmas book in
promo?
April. I don't know what to tell you.
That Christmas promo though, I wound up all my Christmas books wound up selling better. They're still selling better after that silly little promo. So
And my
people
Christmas
still
books
are
sell
looking
fine
for
all year
happy-
long.
Well, they're
holidays,
definitely
huh?
looking for Christmas. So yeah, they absolutely are.
Well, this is the second Christmas book in that series, and it's not because I wanted to consciously make 2 Christmas books. It's just that that's what the hell happened. You know, we got to that point in the timeline, and that's where we were, and it is what it is. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's April. I had it set up for September. Y'all didn't want to wait. Now you're going to get it in April. I don't know what to tell you. I've had so many emails. Like, fine, have it. I don't care.
Mhm.
So I'm plotting the next book right now. And then I'm going to switch the Mag and Clara book that's almost done to the top spot of the day, slide this Everly in later, and the other 2 books that I've been working on, those will slide into secondary positions. Everly will slide into 4th.
Mm.
So, and Mag and Clara is almost done. It should be done in May, and then I'll put the 2 women's fiction ones and the Everly on the back burner, and I'll only be running 3 projects.
only. Yeah.
Heaven
Keeps me
help
from
us.
getting bored.
You get bored ever, Regina? How's the house coming?
I was just gonna say.
We haven't done a ton of it to it over the winter because he had to wire. The next step is wiring, and it's hard to wire in the winter when there's no heat.
Mm.
So he's had the pellet stove out there, and he'll open up the hatch, but he also hadn't sealed off. He decided to leave the eaves open instead of boxing them in, which
Oh.
means you have to put vented pieces
Mesh.
at the ends of the eaves. Yep, with
Yeah.
mesh. So he's been doing that, but he didn't get quite as far over the winter with that as he intended to. So he stuffed a bunch of insulation in there. So all there really is in the eaves right now is insulation. So he's got to get
Mm.
the rest of the eaves done, but he's been working at the neighbors across the street putting flooring down for her.
Mm.
So, and today he's putting in a couple of doors, and then we'll get back to, but he's been building stuff to sell and doing other things, and we're getting there. It's just, we slowed it down a bit because last summer was too much. So, and I also threatened mutiny if we didn't get to take the boat out or the camper or the kayaks this summer. I threatened serious repercussions, and I intend to hold to that. So shit ain't going again. The boat will go out one way or the other. It'll either be out
With or
fun
without a
out-
dead body. Oh.
That's right. I was just thinking it'll either be for fun or we'll be sending his dead body up the stream. Somebody else can find it.
Viking funeral. Oh
I have
no.
to tell us a story real quick. So James calls me yesterday and he goes, "Why is it you're always gone during the good stuff?" I was like, "What happened now?" He says, "I was tilling the garden." He says, "I look up and we
All
live
of
in
us
the
went
country.
dead body.
We live in the country, and here comes a cop from the next city over." And James is like, you know, he goes, I turn around and I'm like, shit. He's like, whatever it is, I didn't do it, man, you know? And the guy says, we received, and like I said, we're in the country. He says, we received a 911 call from we pinged the location out here, and it was of a woman screaming.
Oh my
And James
gosh.
is like,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
standing there. Yeah, he goes, I'm standing there, you know, in a garden telling, you know, and then the guy says, and the policeman says, are you here alone? And James is like, yeah. And I was thinking, is there some dead body in the garden now?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
geez.
I look over, and it just so happens, even though we are in the country and there's 5 acres, we do have a neighbor that's pretty close. He goes, and I look over, and they're elderly, and he goes, and they're in the front yard just staring, you know, like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
So I
geez.
made sure I texted her, and I said, I hear we had some excitement, and you know, and yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it's sad because James is like, he said, you can tell he was jaded. He's like, oh, I'm sure it's just a domestic. And James is like, yes, but every domestic has the possibility to be murder, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the policeman came yesterday while James was tilling the garden, wanting to know about a 911 screaming
Oh
lady.
my gosh.
I hope they found her.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's gonna have to go in a book.
That's what I was thinking.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies, good touching base with everybody. I
Yeah.
have not been on Krakens, and thank you, Karen. In the mornings, I still look for the Karen notice of, hey, Krakens, what are you doing? That grounds me. I love that. So I'm gonna try to be better and be more active in the group. So, all right, if we're all wrapped up, I'm gonna go ahead and close things down. You okay with that?
Yep.
All
Have
right.
a good
off
weekend, everyone.
to new adventures. Good
All
night, Karen.
right.
Get some good dinner.